What's the best advice you've ever received?
My dad, bigger, thicker version of me, if that's possible. We were walking down London once and he was smoking his 200th cigarette of the morning. He'd have one lit up ready to go. He was that kind of fella. And we're just walking down there. I was about 15 years old. I don't even know what we were walking to. I don't understand. I don't remember any of that. But he's smoking away and he's looking forward and we're walking forward. And he reaches his hand out and he puts it on my shoulder as we're walking. And I'm like this, what's he going to say? And within cigarette puffs, he just keeps looking forward. And he went, son, didn't even look at me. He went, son, no one ever drowned by falling in the water. They drown by staying there. Puts his cigarette back in his mouth, takes his hand off my shoulder, carries on walking. Now I'm 15 years old and I'm like, what the hell was that? More colourful terms. And I had stopped. And I was just like, where did that come from? What was that about? Caught up with him, carried on. We never spoke about that. Never spoke about that statement at all. And it must have been maybe about 8 years later that it suddenly came to me that it was my choice as to whether or not I stay in the water. And so now, that's my greatest piece of advice. No one drowned by falling in the water. They drown by staying there. And you have the choice as to whether or not you get up and get out. And anytime that anything's kind of like getting a bit rough for me, I think to myself, well, I don't have to stay here. I have a choice. And so that's kind of grown with me. And I remember growing up, very poor, never had any money, never had takeaway food until I was about 18 or 19 years old. We never had that. Never went out to fancy restaurants. Every now and then we'd go out to like a Sunday pub, but that'd be the highlight of the month or the quarter. And I remember thinking how poor I was, only to realize in my mid-20s how wealthy I was. Because I knew what it was like to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and work. I knew what it was like to be a man of your word. I knew what it was like to actually get shit done and then to trust yourself and rely on yourself and to build up relationships where if I said to you, I'm going to do this Tuesday at 4 o'clock, you could go to bed and you knew that you could wake up Tuesday at 4:15 and it had been done 15 minutes prior. Knowing how to grow up like that, I realized how valuable these lessons were and in fact how rich my childhood had been. But that was the single statement that still I remember to this day. And I think it's a beauty.
Want to see the entire conversation? Well, you can find it right here. And subscribe here so you don't miss a thing. Thanks for watching. I'm Jay Menez, and I'll see you on the next episode of Hollywood Real.